And welcome to the Academy of Pastry and Culinary Arts. I'm based out of the Gurgaon campus, and your session also is being held at the Gurgaon campus. Um, I would have loved to welcome you all, in my campus per se, because um, seeing the class virtually and learning it physically is two different matter. I mean, you uh, handling the ingredients, feeling the texture, feeling the equipments whirling, seeing the end products shaping up, and then tasting. It's a different, uh, different experience altogether. We've been doing for the last 10 years, okay, and that's what we were known for. Our strength has been always the physical, hands-on classes that we've been doing. But I think the times are tough. We all have to change, and we all have to adapt to the new circumstances. And so here we are. We started this journey in 2010. We opened our first institute in Malaysia Academy in 2010, and we started as a pastry bakery academy. But then, like the time has forced us to get into online, the time then forced us to start the culinary in 2012. We thought probably this is a very unique thing, so maybe only Malaysia as a country is good enough. But then the kind of learning, the teaching to become a chef was limited to hotel management colleges, which is similar across the whole of Asia. Professional college were not there, so that's when we decided to venture out in the other countries. Thankfully, by the good wishes of all the friends, and we are today in about 4 countries and 7 cities in Asia. The latest we addition was Singapore last year. This venture I started to with two of my very old friends. We know each other for almost like 40 years. We used to go to our school together. From that journey of school, from kindergarten to our high school to senior secondary school, we ventured out in different fields. And today we own this. So besides the academy, we also own a chain of retail stores. Currently, we are only in Delhi and Gurgaon, but we do have plans to expand to more cities. Um, I also we also started the India's first um, armed forces theme park. That's in Gurgaon. That's a very unique concept. I mean, good for the schools, for school kids, just to know what our army does and how they can learn so much from the army. Since today's session is only about baking, so we limit our talk only on baking. I will not come in between you and your learning, so I will hand over the mic back, and but wish you all the best. You're most welcome to visit the NUFAR Center. Please treat this as my personal invitation. You guys are shaping up the future of the country. I mean, they will go in different fields. Time has come when food is no more treated just like becoming a cook. Okay, it's the chefs like Ranveer Brar, and there's so many others who have made the mark for themselves. They had a very similar journey. My partner also had a similar journey till even after becoming a chef for about 4 or 5 years, his parents kept telling him, "Why don't you quit and come back and join some family business?" So I mean, the mindset is changing. So a huge responsibility lies on the shoulder of all the teachers and counselors attending session. We'll be happy to contribute in whatever way we can. Please do reach out to us, and happy baking learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Major. Thank you very much. So now I would like to welcome Chef Ramandeep Singh Bagga. He joined APC in August 2017 after working across several properties in Oberoi Hotels. So Chef, over to you now, the man of the hour. And start your session, sir.
On me? Live?
Yes, sir, you are live.
I'm audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Hi, welcome all. Good morning. I'm Chef Ramandeep. Today I'm going to teach you how to make the chocolate truffle cake. So if I'm audible, just write yes in the chat box so that we can continue ahead. Done? Okay, so we are making the chocolate truffle cake. So for that, we will be requiring a chocolate sponge. Okay, for the recipe will be shared soon, shortly on your email IDs. So I'll tell you how to make the chocolate sponge. This is the chocolate grandma sponge that we are making. This contains egg, and this is a very moist sponge, rich and chocolatey. So you can use it anywhere around if you want to make any sort of other dessert also, like any chocolate pastry also, you can use the same sponge. Okay, since we are making a chocolate truffle cake, so I'll be making up a chocolate sponge. So for that, we need to heat up the water. Right now the water is at room temperature. I need to heat it up nicely so that I can mix my cocoa powder into it. So no fancy equipment required for making up this sponge. You only need a mixing bowl and a whisk. So from one recipe, you will be getting 1 6 inches ring. So if you want to make a bigger cake, you can just multiply the recipe as many times as you want. So from one recipe, you will be getting 1 6 inches ring. So if you line this cake, this would be near about 900 grams. If you'll finish up the cake, you will get it like 900 grams of weightage from this cake. If any questions, just please keep on asking. My colleague will ask me and I can give you the answers right away. If you have any questions.
You can drop your questions in Q&A box. And if you have any other query at the end of the session, you can raise your virtual hand and we'll take your questions.
Like if you have any questions by the side, if you have any questions regarding the temperature, the brand of cocoa powder, like what is the sugar that I'm using, you can drop it into the chat box and I can give the answer right away by the side. Okay?
Yes, you can drop your questions in Q&A box and a chef will definitely answer your questions.
Any questions so far?
No, chef.
Okay. So we are done heating our water. Okay. So make it like little more than lukewarm. Okay. And more than lukewarm. Okay. Just add water. Sieve the cocoa powder just to make sure that there are no lumps. Okay. This is unsweetened dark cocoa powder. You can get across various brands. You can use any of them. Okay. This is unsweetened dark cocoa powder. How many? Like approx a minute. Depending on what brand microwave you're using and what setting that you're using. I'm using Calibu. Unsweetened one, dark cocoa powder. Okay, just make a paste out of it. So the recipe will be shared soon to you, so you can have a right proportion. I don't remember the recipe by heart, so we'll be sharing the recipe so you can have a look. Okay, now the next in goes is the sugar. Okay, I'm using the caster sugar. Don't use the granulated sugar because it will take more time to dissolve it with the mixture. So it's better that you use the breakfast sugar or caster sugar. Okay, in goes the sugar.
Now, please take, Chef, please take the questions from Q&A box. There are a lot of questions I can see.
You can see the chat box. There are plenty of questions.
Q&A box is there.
Q&A box is there. Q&A box. Is there?
Whenever I take it becomes dry.
Pardon?
Whenever I take
Okay.
it becomes dry.
Maybe you're baking it too long. That's why it becomes dry. Try this recipe. You'll not regret making it. Okay. So in goes eggs now. with the vanilla essence. Okay. In goes the buttermilk. This is with the egg recipe. We can share the eggless recipe with you. Okay, so this is the buttermilk. Okay, if you don't have buttermilk, what to do? Just take 1 part of water, 1 part of curd. That is a simple thing you can do at home. What's the noise coming? Some noise coming. Okay, in goes the oil also.
What is microwave and setting for baking this?
Microwave, you can use the convection mode and preheat the oven at 170 degrees Celsius and bake it. Huh? Normal, you just need to combine everything together. It will be like a pancake mixture, and then you can go ahead. Simply pour it into the cake tin and then bake. Okay, so it's very easy recipe to follow. Okay, then we are going to add the normal refined oil, non-flavored oil. Okay, don't use mustard oil, don't use olive oil. Normal sunflower oil will work, normal soybean oil will work, any vegetable oil will work, but don't use mustard or olive because it has more of the taste in it. Okay, any non-flavored oil. And sieve the flour. Baking soda. Okay, since this recipe calls for the baking soda, you don't have to wait. Once you mix everything together, you have to bake it directly. You can't keep it. Okay, there is salt also in the recipe. I have already mixed salt with the flour. Okay, now give it a whisk. Mix everything together with the help of whisk. Make sure that there are no lumps.
So basically, you are combining dry and wet ingredients.
Yes. I just warmed up the water because when you add cocoa powder directly to the room temperature water or cold water, what will happen? They tend to form lumps. So to avoid that, I am using the warm water.
Can we use 10 minutes of milk?
It is nothing required. You just need to combine it. It hardly takes a minute to mix everything together. Okay, you can do it by hand.
Some recipes ask for powder and soda, any unhealthy powder.
Pardon? Some recipes ask for?
Ask for baking powder and some soda.
Mm-hmm. Any alternative to powder? Like in some of the recipe, like in this recipe, we are using eggs also. We are using baking soda also. And some recipes that doesn't require eggs, they will call up for like baking soda and the baking powder together, because both the things, like sometimes the baking soda itself is not good to give a rise to the sponge. So that's why you use baking powder also, just to give the good amount of push, like the rise in the cake as a leavening agent. So in this recipe, we are using only baking soda because their eggs are there. That will also give rise to the cake. That's why they use. Okay, so now the mixture is combined. I'm taking the recipe which will be shared to you will be a like 6 inches ring recipe. That will be good enough to make this ring. I'm taking a little more recipe just to make 2 or 3 rings. Okay, I'll show you the ring. Okay, so this is a 6 inches ring. Now you need to line it up. Lining will be with the foil paper, aluminium foil. Yeah, this is the all-purpose flour that I use, the normal maida that is available at home. Baking soda I've used, sodium bicarbonate. Okay, so I just need to line my ring with this. Some noise is coming from someone's speaker. I don't know what it is. Moderator, can you please ask everyone to just keep on mute? Hello?
Yes, sir. Everyone is on mute.
Okay, there is some noise coming, like a fan or something in between. Okay, so we have lined our ring. Okay, no fancy thing required, only foil paper and a ring. If you don't have this, if you have square shaped ring, you can have a square shaped cake. If you have any silicone mold, you can bake the cake in that also. Anything which is available. If you have spring foam tin, which is closable from the side, adjustable from the side, you can use that also. any tin would work. Like if you have aluminium tin, like the old fashioned way, you can use that also. Okay. In this cake, we'll be simply requiring a tray to bake this thing off. Just mix everything together. And always, whenever you're baking any sort of sponge, please make sure that you never fill it till top, because leavening agents are there that your cake will rise for sure. Okay, whether you're using eggs, baking soda, baking powder, the cake will eventually rise after the baking. So be careful, don't fill it till top always whenever you're filling any sort of mold, 2/3, good enough. That's it. Okay, so this is approx 2/3. Leave it aside. Then this will be going for the baking part at 160 degrees Celsius, 160 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes approx, 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, to check it, just insert a toothpick in between, take it off. When it comes out clean, that means it's done. Okay, if it is not coming out clear, then you have to bake it another for 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, 160 degrees Celsius for 40 to 45 minutes approx. No, nothing required. Just in case if you make a cake and it is not coming out nice, like this doesn't require any sort of greasing. Just in case if you make and you feel like your sponge is not coming out nicely, even if you are using the knife to take it off, just make sure that you apply a soft butter on the side before baking. That's it. Nothing else required. Okay, and this will go in the baking for 160 degrees Celsius. If you're not using eggs, there will be a separate recipe for that, because in this recipe the egg is the main important player. So the recipe and the time would be changed, differ from the. So always use the convection mode. Okay, check the power setting at what power you are baking. And in LG, I also have at home, but I don't bake in that. So there are already set recipes in that. So you can set any of that mode, like the cake mode, or you can preheat the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. If you are saying like the top layer is burnt, so that means you need to decrease down the temperature to like 165 or 170, because it hard to prevent. Because if the oven is new and functioning well, it will have more power. If the oven is old, it will take more time and less of the color. So that's how it goes on. So if it is getting more of the color, my suggestion is just to decrease down the temperature a bit, like 10 or 15 degrees, and bake it little longer. Okay. If you're decreasing the temperature, then you have to bake it little longer. Pardon? Yes, yes, for sure. Because when you're putting one thing inside the oven, like in a box, okay, everything, all the heat will be concentrating on one product. If you're putting two things, that the heat will scatter on the two products. So that's how the time differs.
Will not take very microwave.
Pardon?
Will it be very microwave?
Yes, it will be baked in microwave. Use a convection mode, okay, and preheat the oven. Okay, it's better you make the mixture by the side, preheat the oven for like 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, once it is preheated, then only you put your cake inside. It is very important that your oven needs to be preheated before. If it is doesn't, your cake will not rise, because the temperature needs to be increased, heat needs to be there inside the chamber. If it is not there, what will happen if you will place the batter inside and you are heating it till the right temperature? What will happen? The cake will burn. Okay, so the best solution is always at what temperature you need to bake it. Please make sure the same temperature is inside before set already.
Is there a recipe without microwave?
If you have OTG, you can bake it in the OTG, same thing.
Can we bake in air fryer?
No, there is no such recipe. I haven't come across. If there is on the site, you can follow it, because they do also research and development. So they do offer some free recipes online. So you can go and check there. If there is, check their brand, check their website, and if they have the recipe, you can go for it and give it a shot. And tell me also like how it is done.
So sorry to interrupt, Chef. We have one live question. Miss Sarika Joshi wants to ask something. So Sarika, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Sarika, please unmute yourself.
how much time to preheat?
How much time? It depends on the oven to oven.
Sorry,
Usually it takes
actually,
like,
that was just by mistake.
Okay.
pardon?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So how much time to preheat depends on the oven to oven. Usually it takes 10 to 12 minutes to preheat the oven. Okay. Like if you're baking in the OTG, like in the microwave, in the convection mode, you get a siren. And like in the OTGs or in the good ovens, you have a temperature what you have to set and what is the actual temperature inside. Okay. I can show you around the oven also how we do over here, because what temperature right now in the oven and what you achieve, there is a difference in the heat. Okay, in different in the Celsius. Like example, right now the oven is at 150. If I want to achieve 160, I have to wait for like 2-3 minutes, because these are the industrial oven that takes less time to get heated up. Okay, so at home also similarly, in microwave you get a beep or alarm, or in the OTG you also get a beep or alarm. So you set it. It usually takes 10 minutes to heat up. That's it. Any other question?
So yes, we have a question from Ms. Sushma Singh. Ma'am, you can ask your question.
If the
Hi,
cake is,
chef.
yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Can I use dark chocolate instead of cocoa powder?
No, ma'am. Dark chocolate will burn because of the cocoa mass inside it. That is, always use cocoa powder. Whatever, like the recipes are made like after so many trials to get you the final good product. Okay, so you can't just change it as per your wish. Okay,
Oh.
so if you want to use, you have to do so many trials to get the recipes right. So this recipe is after so many trials, and I'm giving you the right recipe. So you don't have to change anything.
I'm talking of availability. That is what
Ma'am,
I'm
cocoa powder is easily available right now. If you go to any of the normal general store, also they also have cocoa powder. Like you call for the local brands, also Rex is there, Wickfield is there, and you go for like good brand Hershey's is available in the supermarkets. Morde is available in the supermarkets. And if you go for the higher brand like Velrona or Calibu, that what we are using, you get it online. So if you go to any of the grocery shop, you will get it easily. It is not difficult to find out the cocoa powder. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, so next thing is the filling part. For the filling, we are making the chocolate ganache. Okay, so for ganache, I'm using dark chocolate. In Academy, we are using Calibu as a chocolate brand. Okay, so this is the dark chocolate I'm using. Okay, this is 70% cocoa. Okay, so it will be tasting little bitter. Okay, this is the cream. This is 35% fat cream I'm using. Okay, you can use Amul cream also at home if it is not available, because higher the fat content, higher the tastier side it would be. Okay, so I'm using the brand of the cream. I'll show you. For what? Okay, so this is a brand of the cream that we are using. This is the imported brand. This is Anchor that we are using. This is 35% fat content cream. Okay, there are various brands available in the market like Ellenware, President, many more. Okay, so you can use that. If it is not available in the market, so you can go for the Amul cream, but the taste will be not the same what we are making over here. Okay, so it is very easy to make, very simple thing to make. You can make it at home also, very simple. If you are not able to get the chocolate, dark chocolate at home, you can get the normal Indian version also. You can use Amul also, you can use Morde also. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm making the ganache. Like you go for the Mother Dairy. Okay, Mother Dairy is also 25% fat. Nowadays, Patanjali is also there in the cream market. I've seen like 2 days back only. So Amul is easily available around, so you can go for the Amul. It's 25% fat. And if you are going for the 35% fat diet like we are doing, it is Anchor, Ellenware, President, and plenty of other brands like the international players are there in the market, so you can go for that. Corman also is there. Any question? Okay, so we have any substitute for cream? No, you can't make ganache. Okay, if you want to make it a low fat one, like I don't suggest you, but if you want to substitute it, then you need to increase the chocolate part because it won't set, plus the taste and the mouthfeel won't be the same if you don't use the cream, because if you substitute the cream with the milk, your ganache will be very liquidy. It won't set. Okay. So if you want to make the truffle cake, your truffle needs to be set. Okay. Yes, you can use the compound, but the mouthfeel and the texture of the ganache won't be the same because the compound chocolate is made up of hydrogenated fat with no cocoa butter. The compound chocolate is also termed as fake chocolate, so don't go for that. Okay, Couverture chocolate is the real chocolate because it contains cocoa butter in it and cocoa mass. And whereas the compound chocolate is your cocoa powder and hydrogenated fat like the dalda. Any other questions? Okay, so right now we are making ganache. Very simple, very easy. Take the cream in a saucepan. What we are using? It's Calibu we are using. If you want to go for more higher brand, you can go for Valrhona or Cocoa Berry. Okay, just take out the cream in the saucepan. Okay, get a first boil. You don't have to get a boil in this. You just need to get the first boil approx 70-75 degrees Celsius. Just first boil and done. Any question? Okay, I have a liter jar with me. Okay, so I'll be emptying my chocolate into this. So the ratio for the chocolate is 1 part of cream, 1 part of chocolate. Okay, and 10% of the entire mass will be the butter. Okay, 1 part cream, 1 part chocolate, and 10% would be the butter. Chocolate brand is a Calibu we are using. It is the finest Belgian chocolate available nowadays in Indian market. Okay, if you don't have this, you can go for the Indian brands also. Like I've told you, Morde is there. Okay, use Couverture. Amul is there. Van Houten is there. You can go for that. Van Leer is also there. Van Leer, Van Houten, Van Leer, Morde, Amul. Okay, use Couverture, but don't use compound. Okay. We're just waiting for the first boil to come. Once we achieve the first boil, we are going to pour directly over to the chocolate in the liter jar. Any question? Okay, so there is the first boil in the cream. You can see, just remove it from the heat. Like at home when you're working, just work on the lower to medium flame, okay? Slow to medium flame. Okay, now we need to pour it over to the normal chocolate. Is what chocolate? What is the question? I can't get you. Don't use Cadbury or Nestle, the pre-packed chocolate. Okay, use chocolate, the cooking chocolate. Okay, so we'll wait for a minute or two. Let the chocolate start melting. Then we'll blend it. Okay, one important thing, like people tend to do a mistake is, like when they heat up the cream in a saucepan, they put chocolate into the saucepan directly. Don't do that mistake. What will happen? All the cocoa butter will split. So the best solution is always take it into another container. Like I have used the liter jar. Okay, I have took the chocolate inside and pour cream over to the chocolate. Okay, don't put chocolate into the cream. Put cream over to the chocolate. Okay.
Also come in the same bar shape like dark.
Yes. So like the Morde one, you will get like CD. Okay. CD. There are various brands. It comes into the green packet, greenish off-white packet, like the Morde. CD 55 is there, CD 45 is there, so you can use any of it that is available. 45 means that 45 cocoa mass, 45% cocoa mass is there inside the chocolate. If it is CD 55, then there will be like 55% of cocoa mass. Higher the cocoa content means more chocolate content in the chocolate. The rest is sugars, milk, and other solids. Okay, So I can see my chocolate started melting from here. So I can blend it. Blending is very essential. Always start at the lower speed. You just need to combine everything together. Have a close look. So if you don't have hand blender at home, the stick blender at home, what you can do? Don't use mixie. What you can do? Just pour the cream over to the chocolate. Use the spatula. Mix it nicely. Okay. No, by whisking you will aerate the ganache. That will contain lots of bubble in it. So we don't want our ganache to be bubbly. Okay, we want our ganache to be soft, silky, smooth. So we'll be using we'll be using the spatula or the blender. Blender is easily available. That like this one is the expensive one. Like the normal Indian players are also there. Like Philip is there. Any other like Bajaj is there. You can buy that. Like it hardly costs like 1,200 to 1,500 the stick blender. Okay, so that will come in day-to-day use also. Okay, so I'll ask my colleague to just zoom it in a bit. Okay, so you see there are no bubbles in it. If you use the whisk, there will be lots of bubbles. Okay, so the best solution is use the hand blender or you can use the spatula. If you're using the spatula, just mix it nicely and then sieve the chocolate ganache. Okay, that's how you ensure that there are no lumps or like the chocolate particles left. Okay, so right now I have blended it nicely. So the temperature is approximately 35. Okay, so I need to add the butter into the ganache. Okay, so this is a soft butter I'm using in my ganache. Okay, always whenever you're mixing butter in the ganache, it should be soft butter. Okay, or the room temperature butter because it's easy for you to mix it up. If you use cold butter, what will happen? Your ganache will become grainy. So we don't want our ganache to be grainy. We want our ganache to be silky smooth. So we'll be using room temperature butter always. So this has to be very careful when you're making ganache. Always use room temperature butter and always add the butter below 35. And you need to blend until all the butter disappears. Unsalted butter we are using. In everything we use unsalted butter. Okay, have a close look. See the texture of the ganache, shiny, nice. Okay, no butter visible. That means it's done. Okay, now I need to take this off in a bigger container so that it can be cooled down faster. Okay, so you have taken out the ganache. Now how to keep this? We need to use the cling wrap. Yes, we need to do the surface wrap. Okay, so surface wrap is you're covering the skin, like the top part, to prevent the skin formation or layer formation. Okay, that's how you do a surface wrap, because we don't want any skin formation on the top. So just cover the top nicely with the cling wrap and pull it down and keep it in the AC room for at least 6 to 7 hours. I've already kept it overnight. I made it yesterday. So, pardon? Amul butter, unsalted one you can use, the blue packaging one. You can use that. I'm using President at the Academy. Okay, so this is how you keep the ganache. Allow it to cool down at the room temperature in AC room for like at least 6 hours. Let it crystallize at its own. Voice. Hello. 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 Hello.
We can hear you.
There is one message, no voice.
Yeah, we
there
can
is
hear
one-
you, sir. Yeah, there might
Okay.
be some problem at their end. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So you can keep it in the AC room for at least 6 hours. Let the chocolate crystallize nicely, and always keep it in the cold environment. Okay. Don't just put it directly in the fridge. Okay. So because at fridge the chocolate will crystallize faster and it will be very what do you say, very hard. Okay, so we want to maintain the texture of the ganache. Just keep it in the chiller for few hours and take it out, or you can keep it overnight in the AC room. Okay, so allow the chocolate ganache to crystallize at its own. Okay, like this. You need to cover it up to prevent the crystallization. I'll keep it aside. Okay, now the layering part. Very important layering part. No voice. Hello. Everyone else can hear me up. Hello.
Yes, you are audible. You're audible.
Yes, chef, we can hear you loud and clear.
Anyone is texting in between like no voice again and again.
No, we're getting the
Okay.
response. Yes,
Okay.
you're audible.
Okay. So for lining the cake, okay, you need to have one turntable. Okay. You need to have a baked sponge to line the cake. I've already baked a sponge for you in advance. So this is the cake. That's how you'll find out after the baking your sponge. This is a cake. Okay. So this is the cake. You need to use a knife on the sides to take the cake out. See how I'm doing? Just against the wall, like this, and this sponge will be out. Okay? Like this. Okay. For the lining part now, very important tips and tricks to get the sharp edges right. Okay? So this is my cake. This is my cake. These are the cake board which is available in the market. Okay, you get it like this shape also. This is to just sell off, like in the bakeries you see, like on this you get the cake on. So I have cutted these boards, okay, like of the same size or like half centimeter more than the cake already. Okay, so this will be very helpful for the basic learner to get the sharp edges. Okay, so I've already cutted these boards, both the sides, 1 and 2. So what we have to do, we have to line this up with a cling wrap. Okay, I'll ask my colleague to just zoom it a bit so that you have a clarity. Okay, just get a clean finish on the sides, on one side. Like this. Okay. Like this, you need to cling wrap these both. No, doesn't require. Okay, nicely cling wrap them up. Get a smooth finish from one side like this. Okay, and keep it aside. Now comes the layering part. This is a sponge. This is a bread knife. Okay, this is very sharp. Be careful when you're purchasing and using it up. Okay, you need to just level up the sponge. Take off the trimmings, like the dome if you get, like this. Just level it, and you can use it in cake pops or any other crumble type thing. Okay, then I have to make this a 3-layer cake. So I need to cut down into 3 equal layers, 1 and 2. Okay, so I'll make the marks first like this. Okay, and then I'll cut it forward. Okay, so when you're using the bread knife, you don't have to push too much or use your force. You just need to go front and back, 1, and keep on rotating, 1, 2, 3. That's it, done. First layer is done. Now we're cutting the second part. Front and back, front and back, front and back, like this. The third layer. Okay. Now the lining part. You have a board. Keep this board over here. Okay. So this is a ganache that have been made yesterday and kept overnight. Huh? Ideally overnight, because the more older the sponge, like 12 to 15 hours older sponge will be better, because it would be easy for you to cut down. There will be less of crumble. Okay. So this is a ganache that I made yesterday. For masking one cake, you will be requiring 600 grams of ganache. Okay, to finish one cake. So this is the ganache. Look at the texture. Just zoom it a bit. Okay, this is the texture. So this is soft. Okay, but still holding the shape. If you have a close, it's still holding a shape. If it is runny, keep motion. If it is hard, just microwave it for like 10 or 15 seconds and mix that thing nicely with the spatula. Okay, but it should retain the shape like this. It is not falling, it is not dripping. That means it is right consistency to do the layering.
Without even with powder.
Will the cake?
Powder.
No. If you're using baking soda, any leavening agent needs to be there, otherwise your sponge will be very dense. Okay, so now we are just going to layer it up. For the beginners part, my suggestion is to use a piping bag. Very important, very easy step to do. Any question? No? Very easy. You have to be little bit passionate to make cake. Okay. Okay. So for lining the cake, you will be requiring a palette knife. There are two versions of palette knife available. This one is the bent or the angular palette knife. Okay. So this is the palette knife I'm using. Okay, so before you begin, it's better that you place a little drop of ganache beneath, just to make sure that your sponge don't go here and there. This will be acting as a glue. So the first layer of sponge, if you can have a close look, you can see yourself like the sponge is very moist. Okay, if you feel like it is dried, but this recipe is so moist, like you won't feel it. This is very moist sponge. Okay, so you don't need to soak them up in with any syrup. If you still feel like you need to have some extra flavor, like if you want to make it like the chocolate orange cake or any other flavor, you can just soak it up with like simple syrup. Simple syrup is 1 part of sugar, 1 part of water. Get a first boil. If you want to make it an orange flavor, just grate some lemon, grate some orange zest in it. Okay, your orange syrup is ready, or you can use the orange juice also to soak it. Okay, but for my suggestion, like if you're following this recipe, no need of soaking it up. Okay, if you're keeping the sponge for so long, like 2-3 days inside the chiller, and then you're using, then it can be dry also. Then you need to soak it up. But if you're using the next day, no need of soaking it. Okay, so this is the sponge, your ganache, and you need to pipe. Okay, this is for the beginners. Okay, okay, so why I use the piping bag, why I never use the palette knife? Because by piping you will spread the ganache evenly and you will have a nice layer. This is for the beginners part. For like for myself, like a pro, I can use the palette knife and I can just do it straight away and I'll get the same height everywhere. But for the beginners part, always use piping bag to disperse the ganache evenly. Okay, so here comes the second layer. Okay, press it out nicely so that it can stick. Again, okay, so now the third layer. Okay, so this is a bit curvy, so I'll place it like upside down like this, and again press. Now all the sides are back. Again, any questions popping? Hello, hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you're
Hello.
audible.
Okay, what happened? What you asking me to? Okay. So any questions, just write it down in the Q&A box, because my colleague is not able to open up the chat box. Okay. So once you're done lining up the layers,
So
okay.
there's a question in the chat box. Aditi wants to know, if we freeze the cake, then does it need soaking?
No, doesn't require. The sponge itself is very moist. So if you freeze the cake also, it doesn't hamper. Okay. Always, whenever you're working with any sort of pastry, it has to be worked under the AC controlled environment. Okay. So since this is chocolate, it tends to melt fast because it's very hot nowadays. So always work in AC room. The temperature should be like around 20-21. Okay. So I need to cover up the top part also. So this is the layering that we have done. Okay. So the next thing that I'm doing is the crumb coat. What is crumb coat? Crumb coat is just to make sure that when you are doing the final layering of the cake, your crumb should not come into the ganache. Okay. So I'll be using the palette knife. So like for the pro thing, you can use it this way. You don't have to use the palette knife. You can do it this way and you get the evenness in your cakes. Okay. So on the sides also, you need to cover up. So this is the crumb coat. You don't have to worry about the finishing part. This is only the crumb coat. Okay, just do the normal covering of the cake with the ganache. That's it. You don't have to worry about the finishing. Finishing we'll see in the another layer, another coating. Okay, so this is your crumb coated chocolate truffle. Okay, so this has to go inside the chiller for at least an hour and a half. Okay, allow the ganache to crystallize nicely. This will go in the chiller. I have already made one for you in advance. Okay, so this is the pre-done cake inside the chiller. So when you take it out, right now it's very hot, so you can see the condensation coming on. Okay, so this is already crumb coated. Now we need to finish this up. Okay, so remember we made these before. Okay, so this will be working now. Okay, to get the smooth finish in your cakes, sharp edges, smooth finishing, take the ganache, put it over to the top, nicely a thick layer. Like this, and put this, the cling wrapped one, over to the top like this. Done. Then you need to take out the cake. Do it upside down like this. Put another on the top like this. And keep it like this on the surface. Press it nicely. Okay. Now you need to have this scraper. Okay. This one is a plastic one I'm using. You can use the steel one also, but make sure that it is like more heighted than the size of your cake. Okay. Now to have the sharp edges right, use a palette knife to cover it up like this. Okay, if you have a close look, my board is little bigger than the cake size. I cut it deliberately for this part. Okay, by doing this, what will happen? You will coat up a layer of ganache on the sides, so you'll get a sharp edges on the side. Okay.
I want to sprinkle some liquor.
Yes, yes, you can do it. Just make sure that you add the liquor at last stage. Okay, mix it up with the sugar syrup only. Don't just directly soak it with the liquor. Otherwise, no one would be able to eat, or like it would be like a cocktail party cake. Okay, just cover it up nicely. Good amount of chocolate ganache on the sides. Cover it up nicely. Okay, now here comes the roll of the scraper. Okay, so the scraper is there. You just need to keep it at 90 degrees like this. Okay, and on the sides, you just need to scrape. Remove the excess. You can see the fine sides coming on. Okay, wherever you see any hole or any leftover which is not covered, you need to cover it up with the ganache again and repeat the process. See, it's neat and clean. Sharp edges are there. You don't have to use palette knife again. See, any questions? No? Okay. So this will go in the chiller again until it is set nicely. Okay. You can have a close look. It's neat, even everywhere. So this will go in the chiller again for at least 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. So I've already made it in advance for you all. So this is the cake that I've already made. If you can see, there are sharp edges. So you just remove. Once it is set, like your chocolate is ganache is crystallized nicely, we need to remove both the sides. Okay, and which is the upside down one, you take it on the top part. Okay, I'll show you. Once it is set, at the end of the class, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so this is your chocolate truffle cake. Okay, so you can't just sell it straight away or you can't present it straight away. What you have to do, you have to cover it up with something to make it more presentable. Okay, so right now if you see, there is condensation happening inside the chiller also. So I'm just using the tissue paper to remove the condensation so that when I pour ganache over the top, it comes out neat. Okay, any questions? No. Okay, for the ganache part, I'll be pouring the same ganache that we have made for the filling. Nothing fancy, you just need to melt it nicely and pour it directly. Okay. Very easy to make cake at home. You just follow the steps right. Okay, so once you're done.
So we have one question, Chef. Praneet
Yep.
wants to know, can we use normal chocolate instead of dark chocolate?
Normal chocolate is what chocolate they're talking about. I'm not able to get her question. Like, if is she talking about dairy milk or any other thing?
No, I guess they are talking about that only. Easily available.
No. Like cooking chocolate are also easily available. So buy that. Okay. So this is the ganache that I just made. Okay, in front of you. So we are going to pour it over to the top. So you need to use spatula also over to the top. Just remove the extra one. Allow it to set a little bit, then only we'll just remove it. Allow the dripping to happen.
They're asking if they can use milk chocolate.
Not the milk chocolate. Make it up with the dark chocolate because this is a chocolate cake. Okay. If you use a milk chocolate, what will happen? What will happen is like it will be too sweet. You clean the edges and just place it over to the board in the center, like this. Okay. So the next thing is the garnish part. So since it is a basic truffle cake, so I'm not using any chocolate decor to cover up the sides or do anything. I'll be using the same content, like the same chocolate ganache, which is there, which I use for the covering up and layering. I'll be using the same. Just I'll be using little nozzle to make it little fancy. So this is a closed star nozzle. Okay, this is a star nozzle I'm using. You can use any of the tips, any of the nozzles available. Use the piping bag again. Could you just please? Okay. Okay. So I'll be using the closed star nozzle. The ganache.
And any other items of mixing bowl available?
I'm using the ganache. If you have any of the chocolate decor available, you can use that. I'll be using the chocolate ganache. Okay, so this is the chocolate ganache. So there you go. Chocolate truffle cake. Any questions? Okay. So before serving, my suggestion is keep this inside the chiller for at least half an hour so that everything becomes nice and intact. Because weather is hot nowadays, you just can't keep it in the AC room directly because still there are chances to melt down because it is 100% chocolate. Okay, so it's better you keep it in the chiller before you serve, and it will be intact. Any questions you can ask me, or if you want to have a word with me, you can unmute yourself and have a word with me also. I'll keep this inside the chiller
So all the questions are invited now. You can use your virtual hand to ask the questions to the chef. If you have any doubt that you want to clear, yes, we do have one
Yeah,
question.
I've already done the same. I have put it inside the chiller because it's very hot now.
Yeah.
I can
Yes.
show you the baked. I can show you the baked sponge also. Give me a minute. I can show you the baked sponge. Robin, can you just please pass me that sponge?
Yes, Netra, you can ask your question.
Ma'am, instead of keeping it in the chiller, can we keep it in the fridge or freezer?
Yeah, like the fridge is the chiller for me. Okay, in like industrial term, we call the chiller as the fridge. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, it's the chiller only. It's the fridge only. Okay, so this
Thank
is
you,
the sponge
Netra.
that we baked. Okay, have a look. This is the sponge. Okay. So for the testing part, you just insert toothpick. When it comes out nice, neat, that means it's done. Okay. Allow it to cool down at the room temperature. Then you shift it to the fridge. It's very hot right now. Allow it to cool.
Okay, Ms.
The
Neetu
two cupboards
Malhotra
that I
wants
made.
to ask the question.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure, ma'am.
Neetu, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Yes,
Am I
ma'am. Yes, yes,
Good afternoon.
you're very much audible.
Thank you for this lovely recipe, and you explained it very well. Just one question I have. Can
Yes,
we
ma'am.
replace it with sugar-free or anything so that diabetic patient can also enjoy this cake?
Ma'am, there are plenty of other recipes available on the internet, but for this particular recipe, you can't just switch it over to the artificial sweetener. There are specific recipe to make that sponge. Like there are like stevia there are recipe on the internet also that is using stevia like artificial sweetener. You can go for that and you can follow the same process, but make sure that the chocolate that you are using that is also sugar free. Okay. So in Calibu brand, there is sugar-free chocolate available that is termed as Malchoc D, MALCHOC-D, Malchoc D. Okay, so that is the sugar-free chocolate. And use that to make your ganache. So that will be your sugar-free ganache.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for your question.
Pardon?
Giving soda and powder combo, the same result as the egg cake.
No, ma'am. With the baking powder and soda, it won't be the same result. Okay. Because eggs are a leavening agent, plus they are giving the moisture also, because egg white contains moisture and egg yolk contains fat in it. So it won't give you the same result. Like if you are skipping up the eggs and using baking powder and soda together, they won't give you the same result. Okay. Any other question?
Is there any way we can get a prize?
I'll ask my colleague to share the recipe with you of the eggless one when he'll be sharing up the same recipe. Okay.
Thank you, chef. So if you are done, we can wrap up the session now.
If you have any question, you can ask me right away because there is 2-3 minutes left to demold that cake, that upside down part like I need to show you. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. You're welcome. Then I can show you the final picture of the cake also.
I have a 50 for the oven. When I make at 180 for 25 minutes, taking and cooking the meat.
Okay. Okay, so very simple and basic thing. Like whenever you're cooking any sort, which is rich in eggs, butter, oil, anything, like these are all rich things. Okay, that makes you fat. So whatever the sponge calls of all these ingredients, so you'd never bake your sponge at high temperature, like 180, 190, because that requires prolonged cooking. So always, whenever you're baking with all these ingredients together in a sponge recipe, always lower down the temperature and increase the time. Okay, that's how you get a perfect sponge. If their recipe calls for only like eggs, sugar, and like flour, then you bake your sponge at like 175 or 180 because there is nothing much to be beaten like for long duration of time. So always when all the heavy things like oil is there, butter is there, eggs is there, sugar is there, other types of fat is there. So these all are the things that are heavy in nature. Okay, that requires more time in cooking. So always lower down the temperature and increase the time. Okay. Heavier the cake, longer the time, lower the temperature. Lighter the cake, lesser the time, higher the temperature. This is how we do. Any other question? Any other question?
So I guess there are no more questions now.
Okay, so I'll show you how to just demold that thing. Okay, so this is our top part. Okay, so we'll just lift it like this. See, another, because it is not set, I'm just picking it up early, so you can see the sharp edges coming. Okay, so you can repeat the same process to have more finer details. Okay, I just lift it off little early just to show you. Okay, you can see the sharp edges. If you don't get the same result, you can repeat the same process, put it back again, leftover ganache, make it the same thing happen again. Okay, so this is how you do. I'll show you the final cake picture also. Okay. Okay, so this is for all the teachers who are shaping the future of our country. Thank you, teachers, from my side, from our Academy of Pastry Art. Thank you for building the future of India. Thank you very much, giving us the opportunity to make you learn something which you can make at home. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you very much. The cake looks very delicious and very scrumptious. I hope every one of you will definitely try. We will be uploading the video soon on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page, and we will be sharing the recipe with you soon. So I would now like to invite Mr. Gaurav Quatra from APCA to say a few words.
Okay, whenever you make, do tag me up in your photos also. Okay,
Definitely,
I'm there on
sir,
Instagram
definitely.
also. My handle is BAGGA Bagga, RAMMY Remy, Bagga Remy at the Instagram. You can tag me whenever you make your recipe, and you can follow our Instagram page also, that is APCA_India. Okay, so do tag us whenever you make this recipe. I
Sure,
hope you'll
definitely.
enjoy. Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Very much. Yes, Gaurav, over to you now.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks, Almas. And I'll like to thank Nazir also over here because I remember around 15-20 days back, both of us were having a chat that whatever we are doing so far has been on a very serious note with teachers. And during this COVID, there are a lot of workshops happening, but everything is very, very serious. So let's do something which is sweet in nature, which is relaxing for them. And from there, this idea emerged that let's do a baking workshop for all of you. Thanks a lot to all the faculty members present over here. I'll also like to take ma'am, this as an opportunity for a minute or so to share a couple of slides with you, because you are the right people who actually helping students. And so just give me a second for a minute, if I can just quickly run you through 2-3 slides. This is one of our new initiative which started last year, where we started with the culinary. Although culinary colleges are very less in India, generally people talk about CIA, Culinary Institute of America, and few colleges in Swiss schools. And but in India and Asia, we were not such culinary colleges. So we started with this program last year, Culinary Arts and Business. Where we are doing a very practical oriented program with only 14 students, and we give them a lot of subjects related to entrepreneurship as well. The objective is that they start with their job initially, and gradually 2-3 years down the line, once they feel matured enough, they can settle as an entrepreneur. In this, we give them international exposures as well. They travel to our international academy and study there. So the first year is primarily into pastry and baking, so something like this. So it also doesn't mean only cakes and pastries, but there are a lot of other things as well, like chocolates, tarts, travel cakes, wedding cakes, your chocolate display, sugar art, things like that. So here is primarily into culinary, that is hot kitchen, and Italian, Thai, continental, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, soups, plus business side of it. Third year is completely into industry, where they go for internships to France for 6 months and Middle East for 6 months. In this way, we have designed the program. Some of our students were working in the industry. A couple of photos here. And in terms of certification, we give them award certifications from City and Guilds, that is a UK affiliating body. Plus, we also enroll our students for a BBA retail program from IGNOU. Why BBA retail is primarily because our program is inclined towards entrepreneurship, and we feel that the business is also very, very important for any chef. So we have clubbed it with BBA retail from IGNOU and diplomas and advanced diplomas from APC. Thanks a lot. Thanks for this opportunity. We'll stay in touch and we'll share the recipes as well with you.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you very much for a lovely session. I hope everyone has enjoyed this thing. And meanwhile, we share the recipe with you. If you have any query regarding our upcoming events or webinar, how we will organize such sessions with APCA or other universities, or if you want some virtual education fairs to be organized for your school or for your teachers, you can write to us at nazir@icaindia.com. So for now, this is goodbye from our side. Thank you very much for joining in. We'll be shortly sharing the video on our social media portals. We have already shared the links with you. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.